Yo, what just happened at the end of that episode?
Now or never. Just fight it out. Just fight it out. Just fight it out. Just fight it out.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? Ali here, back again with another video for the Rising of the Shield Hero episode 17 review. It's called Promise Made. But that ending, first of all, the episode was a lot of fun to watch, honestly, because obviously when FITORIA she caught Melty and put her into a prison, like a wind prison, which is, like, the name of it is kind of weird because it's called Liberation Wind Prison, and liberation it pretty much means freedom. That's pretty much what liberation means, like liberating for like freedom and stuff. And then it's the name is Wind Prison. And prison is not freedom, so like the name of that move that she had to trap Melty is kind of like contradicting like itself, but it's still a cool name. Whatever, I mean, it's a name. But this episode was majority of it was it's mainly Filo and mainly Naofumi with FITORIA, because FITORIA captures Melty, puts her in that wind prison, and Melty touches it or whatever, and she gets a cut on her hand. Like, it was pretty crazy. So I think that we all pretty much understood that when she did that to Melty, that it wasn't about Naofumi getting or attacking FITORIA and fighting FITORIA, because Naofumi's like, I'll let her go, I'll fight you, you can kill me, whatever, but I'm not gonna go down without a fight to FITORIA. Just classic Naofumi stuff. But she looks right towards Filo and she's like, one-on-one, you and me, only in our human forms and such. And even before that, I knew what she was doing. Like, she was testing Filo to become the next FILOLIAL queen. And that fight was very good. I didn't get like super emotional or anything, but it's a fight that was very impactful for Filo and for Naofumi. And like, Filo's just getting her ass kicked like the entire time until like the last minute, because she's like, hey, I want to get stronger. I don't want to be weak for Master. I want to be able to protect him and stuff too. Oh, jeez. But throughout this whole fight, FITORIA is just questioning her. What are you fighting for? What do you want to fight for? Your feeble will is nothing. You're too slow. You're too weak. What are you going to do? What are you going to do about this stuff? She's edging her on. It reminds me sort of like, I don't know, a little spoiler alert for like a couple seconds, but in season 2 of My Hero Academia, it's sort of like that, where Midoriya is pushing Todoroki to get him mad during the sports festival, to where he uses his fire abilities and stuff. And the reasoning isn't obviously, it's not the same as Filo or anything. Like, Filo's not Todoroki or anything, but the impact of FITORIA edging her on to force her to become like who she needs to be, like forcing her to become stronger during that fight. And that was kind of like what Midoriya was doing with Todoroki in that fight in season 2, pushing him to the point where he uses all his strength and he gains more power again. So that's the similarity, even though the emotions behind Midoriya versus Todoroki in that fight are definitely different than Filo and FITORIA fighting. But the thing behind like the motives behind FITORIA and Midoriya are pretty much kind of similar, and they kind of rhyme a little bit. a little bit. Midoriya, Fitoria, hello, hey. But that's what I was getting from it, and obviously everybody else was probably getting from that. And the fight was pretty damn awesome. Like Filo being like, I'm gonna get stronger for Master. I want to protect her. I want to help Raphtalia, One-chan. I want to help Melty. I want to be by Melty's side. She's my best friend and stuff. I'm gonna get stronger. And throughout the fight, she started to get a little bit stronger. And Fitoria's like, you win. Because she uses like some kind of wind shield thing. Fitoria uses that. And Filo uses some sort of like claw thing that looked sick. Like those gloves that blacksmith got her or made for her, just completely shredded. And then like there's a giant like mana or magic claw that comes out of it and shreds it and pretty much breaks through the shield that like Fitoria had, or like that wind blocking like force field kind of thing. And she cut Fitoria's like little cut on her face, and she says that that Filo wins, but you know she doesn't win, because Fitoria wasn't gonna like go all out or anything. She wanted to test Filo on her on like a trial to becoming the next FILOLIAL queen. And having Filo, and something that was so cute was that first of all, Melty gives Filo a hug and everything that like happened, and so Fitoria gives her pretty much the I forgot what it's called. It's not a crown, but it's something that queens like wear to signify like Filo is the next queen. So she puts that on, and then it disappears, and a little like alfalfa kind of thing like pops out, and Naofumi calls it a cowlick. I don't know. I guess that's what it's called, but it puffs out, and Filo's like, what is that? She's just like, no! Which I thought was just super cute and super adorable. And Fitoria's like, the more that you grow, the more like you get older and stuff, the more they sprout out of your head, like the hairs and stuff. And which was really weird and really cool was that those strands give like significant like increases in Filo's stats and stuff just from like a little alfalfa, which I thought was really funny. But it's probably from the crown, the queen's crown kind of thing that Fitoria placed on Filo. But yeah, I think that was like pretty much the first half or something. And then later on that day, like throughout the whole episode actually, that Filo and all of them were hanging out with the birds and stuff, and it's like the most, it is like the cutest thing. All of those quick little sequences of like all the birds like lifting Raphtalia, lifting Melty, and everything like that. And she was gonna and something that was so adorably cute too was that Melty loved the little alfalfa thing that sprouted from Filo, and Filo didn't like it. She's like, oh my gosh, like get it off, but then it popped out again, and Melty was so excited. So then after the fight, Fitoria asked like, I can get you anything. I'll grant you anything. What do you want and stuff? The thing that Melty just wanted to do was sit atop Fitoria in her bird form. Like, she's a freaking skyscraper, Fitoria, in the bird form. Like, it is insane. And I love it how Filo is like, I want to grow that big soon. Like, I can't wait to grow that big. I thought that was adorable too. So something else later after that, while everybody's sleeping, or they're all like taken away by the birds and everything, and they're sleeping, Naofumi and Fitoria are talking again, talking about how talking about how please at least try to get along with them or try to reconcile with the other heroes, like Fitoria saying to Naofumi. And she asked Naofumi, did you even try to clear your name? And he kind of didn't. Like he really didn't, because he just assumed that they all were just like not gonna believe him or something like that. And he realizes that like maybe I should try to at least reconcile, or at least try. And he told her that and stuff, and then he said, you weren't really gonna like it was mostly just for like Filo that you used us. And something that I also wanted to mention that Naofumi said, like, you're really just a kind person, aren't you, Fitoria? And that reminded her of the hero that raised her. And he asked if like the hero that raised her was the shield hero, but she's lived so long that she doesn't remember, but she remembers those small things like the comfort or the warmth of said hero that raised her from Naofumi, from him saying that, and then him saying to Filo in the fight, saying, "You can do it, I believe in you, Filo." And then she gets a flashback of the hero that raised her, and we don't see his face because she said that Filolials have like short memories and stuff. So like earlier than in the episode we see that, and then we see the flashback again of the hero saying the same thing that Naofumi said, saying that like, "You're so kind, aren't you, like Fitoria?" And then she like uses his lap as like a lap pillow, which was freaking cute. And she doesn't remember the hero, the exact hero, but she remembers the feeling of this comfort and warmth and stuff. And he started petting her head, and then she started crying, and that was a little emotional, but I didn't get choked up or anything. But that scene was very cute. So they decided to rest up a little bit more before they leave and stuff. And then this thing that happened at the end of the episode, after the credits, it's not a preview or anything, but after the credits of like the ending theme, when that's over, we see the sword hero and the bow and arrow hero with their parties and stuff. They could probably got something from the archives underneath the church or whatever, and they get to this cave. And this cave was supposed to have the cardinal hero's weapons, like the actual weaponry and stuff. So they opened like these caskets and everything, and they're all gone. Like all of the weapons and everything. They disappeared. And then they all look up, and there's a hole up there. And then the entire place, the bow and arrow guy is like, "Hey, wait, get out of it. We gotta get out of here." And then the whole place blows up. What? I'm pretty sure, obviously, that it was mine and the knights and the mages or whatever that pretty much they wanted to shut them up and stuff. Because the sword hero and the bow and arrow hero guy, they're both realizing what's going on, and they're both starting to side with Naofumi. So they pretty much probably wanted to shut them up so that they can still like have the shield hero considered like the devil and whatnot. And that's literally what happens at the end. That's literally like the explosion, and then boom, next episode. So like that shit was insane. The animation in this episode was good, borderline great, but not fantastically like amazing. Like the fight was good, but there wasn't anything super significant with like the animation or anything like super like, "Oh my gosh, this is crazy." That could be because I just came off of Avengers Endgame last week and I saw it twice already, but I'm probably gonna see it a third time this week or something. But yeah, the animation was good, and it was actually pretty great, but you know, again, not like fantastically amazing. And the music was good. The music choice was great. Art style was great. Like everything. It was a good episode for Filo's character. Honestly, that's mainly what it was. And then Naofumi sort of actually developing, being like, okay, maybe I'm gonna talk with the other heroes. I think I'm gonna do that. So that's something that I really liked about it, because like that's actually somewhat development, because he's like, you know what, maybe I mean I didn't really talk much to them, maybe I should start talking to them and try to reconcile, like, and try to clear my name. So that was pretty cool. Fitoria, great character. I love her character and everything. And then the cliffhanger to make it more hype for next episode, the next 2 episodes, next 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there's like 7, 8 episodes left. So I'm very excited to see what's next. Very hyped to see what happened with the bow and arrow hero and the sword hero. I think they got out of that explosion. I think somebody or a bunch of them in both their parties did something to like shield them from what happened, but they didn't show who set off that explosion. It could have been a booby trap. It had to have been mine. Like, there's no other like reason to think otherwise that it wouldn't be mine, because the last episode she's like, "Get away, stop meddling in this stuff," and then this episode they blow up, because I don't think they're dead, but It's wild. It's wild. It's crazy. It was a great episode, hype episode, and good development episode with Naofumi and Filo. But what do you guys think about this episode? Leave down in the comments your thought about this episode, your thoughts about what I said. Like the video if you did, like the video if you liked this episode and everything. And subscribe to the channel for more reviews, vlogs, unboxings, live reactions, theory discussion videos, and things like that. And check out my my recent Star Wars Celebration stuff. I had a lot of fun making those videos. I'd love for you guys to check it out. And my recent Date Alive 30th Anniversary Fantasia Astral Dress Form figurine or statue of Yatogami Toka, which I just posted a couple of days ago. You should definitely check that out. I had a good time making that too. But yeah, so gentlemen, stay classy, ladies, stay sassy, but most importantly, everybody, you gotta stay a little nasty, alright? So peace and love, and I will see y'all later with the next video. Peace out. May the force be with you always, and plus ultra.